My fiance's phone rang during our wedding vows with the most romantic, spicy ringtone I'd ever heard. I was standing at the altar, crying happy tears, looking into the eyes of the man who made me feel seen like nobody ever had. He started his vows, talking about how I was the center of his solar system, how every moment with me made him want to be a better person. Right as he said those words, his phone started ringing. "Pony!" by Genuine blared through the church. The grinding beat echoed off the stone walls. Every single person in every pew turned to stare. Norman's face went from loving groom to absolute panic in half a second. He fumbled with his pocket, fingers shaking, while that song kept playing. Finally, he silenced it. The church went dead quiet except for someone's uncomfortable cough in the back row. "Who was that?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "Wrong number. Probably spam." I stared at him. "Norman, that's a custom ringtone. You assigned that song to someone specific. Show me the phone." He pulled it closer to his chest like a kid hiding stolen candy. "It's nobody. Can we just continue? Everyone's watching." "No, we can't just continue." I grabbed my dress with both hands and walked off the altar. My heels clicked against the marble floor. Norman followed me into the church lobby, and within seconds, both families rushed after us like we were the main event at a circus. "Was it another woman?" I asked. "No, I swear on everything." "Then who was it? Show me right now." Norman's mom pushed through the crowd, wine from the pre-ceremony toast still on her breath. "It's his cousin Rebecca. She's overseas. Different time zones, you know how it is." I stared at her. "He has that song saved for his cousin?" She stuttered something about an inside joke from when they were kids, some story that made zero sense. "That's disgusting, and you know you're lying right to my face." I reached for the phone. He jerked away and it slipped from his hands, flying through the air in slow motion before splashing into the decorative fountain by the lobby entrance. The screen flickered once and went black. Norman actually looked relieved. His shoulders dropped like he'd just dodged a bullet. My maid of honor, Claire, stepped forward and addressed everyone. "If that call was just your cousin, why are you happy the phone is dead?" The families went silent. Someone's kid was playing with a flower girl basket in the corner, completely oblivious. "I want the truth," I said, looking directly at Norman. "Right now, or this wedding is over." Norman was shaking, actual tremors running through his hands. "I can't. Not here, not like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. He broke. "The woman's name is Vanessa. She's the mother of my child." The words hit me like ice water. "What?" "I have a son. He's 4 years old. I never told you because the timing never felt right." My family exploded. My dad started yelling. My mom grabbed my arm. My brother called Norman every name he could think of. I just stood there, unable to process words into meaning. "But why does she have that ringtone?" My voice sounded far away. "I said it years ago when we were together. She never calls anymore, so I forgot to change it." "I swear I forgot." "That doesn't explain why you looked terrified when it rang." Norman looked genuinely sick now. His face had gone gray. 3 months ago, Vanessa came back to town. We ran into each other at a coffee shop. One thing led to another. We slept together once. Just once. My dad lunged forward. My brothers caught him and held him back while he screamed at Norman. "Why was she calling you today?" "During our wedding." Norman opened his mouth, but nothing came out. His mother answered for him, voice shaking. "She's pregnant." My knees buckled. Claire caught me before I hit the floor. I pulled out my own phone with trembling hands. "Give me her number right now." Norman's voice was barely a whisper. "What? Her number? Now." He recited it. I dialed on speaker. The entire lobby went silent, except for my dad's heavy breathing. "Hello?" A woman's voice answered, cautious. "This is Norman's fiancé. I'm at the altar right now." "Is it true?" Long pause. I could hear traffic in the background on her end. "He didn't tell you?" "Tell me what?" Vanessa laughed, but it sounded exhausted. "I'm not pregnant. I called to warn you. Norman's been telling people I am, so he has an excuse to stay connected to me. He's been showing up at my apartment for months saying he wants to be a family again. I told him if he didn't stop, I'd call you and tell you everything. Guess he didn't think I'd actually do it." "So there's no second pregnancy?" "No, but everything else is true. The son he hid from you, the affair 3 months ago, all of it. I'm sorry you had to find out this way." I hung up and looked at Norman, who was already talking fast, making excuses about how he could explain everything if I just gave him a chance, how things had gotten complicated, but we could work through this together. Instead, I pulled off my engagement ring and dropped it into the same fountain that killed his phone. The splash echoed through the silent lobby.